Here we are,
Back at the shop.
week later.
Yep.
Sam has been a busy bee as usual.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were here the last time, one of the issues is that the strut bar for a 93 to
Yeah.
2050 Civic didn't work.
The strut bar that is for every single Civic ever made. I think it is.
We had some fitment issues. It's hard to believe.
I think it is supposed to fit 88 to 01.
Okay.
So I think EF, EG, EK.
Okay.
And the front fit great. The rear was too wide. And I have looked far and wide across the internet to get any information regarding the wagon specifically being different. I found lots and lots and lots of forum posts, lots of stuff on Facebook groups, people asking for the wagon, what strut braces fit. Everybody says anything for EF, anything, there's certain ones that the front has fitment issues with an intake manifold or, depending on what engine you have, that kind of thing. But everybody just says rears, you can pick whatever you want. So all I did was I marked it, cut it back, re-welded the end tube that was on here. So this is all the original parts. It's just, I think like 2.5 inches shorter.
Okay.
I could measure it to confirm, but
That's all good.
But I made a mark and I just cut it back and welded it. So I'm real excited to see. Hopefully this will fit. It should. I did measure twice, actually.
Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah. So there's that. Then sway bar links. We had this ridiculous issue of standard versus metric hardware.
We talked about that
Yeah,
earlier.
I know. I want to continue to rant. I want to spend this entire episode talking about metric hardware, the lack of metric hardware in America for the dumbest reason in the world. And I don't even know what that reason is at this point.
So the rear lower control arms, the new mounts for the sway bar end links, because we're adding in a rear sway bar that never existed there in the first place.
Right, and we're not using the brackets that, or the mounts for the end links that came with the sway bar kit. So that's another thing I want to reiterate. This isn't a dig on ST who made the sway bar kit, because if I had followed all their directions and did everything the way they told me to do it, and with the parts they provided, it would have worked just fine.
Yeah.
I decided that I wanted to do it a different way and mount the sway bar end links directly to the control arms, just the way a factory setup would be.
Yeah, so the problem was the end links that they sent with the kit were designed to have standard bolts go through them, like shouldered standard bolts.
Right.
Those did not have the correct thread pitch to go into the lower control arms.
Right.
So then Sam had the idea of taking an, what was it, an
M10.
M10. So he found hardware that would work, but then would not fit through the end links.
Right.
So it was kind of like,
right, because the end links were made for a 3/8 bolt, which is, I think, 0.3 of a millimeter smaller in diameter than an M10 bolt. So it's just barely too small, so the bolt would not go through.
So let's see what you got.
I tried pounding one through, and I just destroyed the bolt. So I got from 1320 Performance.
Dang.
I feel like there's a million different brands that are 1320 something. I don't know, to be honest, like how legit this is or what this is exactly.
They're not sponsors, but sponsor my Supra.
They're not sponsors yet. So I looked it up, Amazon, believe it or not. Here we go. That 1320 Performance.
I'll give you a little link in that description here.
Yeah.
To get after it, if you're if you have a Wagovan and you're putting a rear, if you have a Wagovan and you have an ST rear sway bar kit and you have skunk to rear lower control arms and you're trying to use these, so we've got you set up here.
Well, and we're not done yet. So these are really nice. This is all metric. These were like $40, $45, something like that. They have nice little, see if we can see there. They have nice standoffs that are machined to fit right into the Heim joint. All the hardware looks really nice. So I'm very confident that these are going to work. This is going to solve our problem. And for half the price of piecing it together with hardware store Heim joints that are made for tractors or
whatever kind of joint. And then what
store.
else do we have here?
Then
with the phone nearly dying.
Something else interesting is so the car needs a battery. I found this. This is the Noco NLP14 lithium battery. This is a power sports battery, like a motorcycle battery, ATV battery. This thing weighs next to nothing, but it's a 500 amp discharge.
I haven't tried this yet.
Yeah, here. And that's with all the packaging in it.
Yeah, wow.
We pull this thing out. It comes with a bunch of spacers to be able to space it up to take up the height of a regular battery so that you can use a tie down and stuff. But this thing weighs nothing. I mean, this is like maybe 2 pounds,
wow.
Pound and a half.
Honestly, there are tool batteries that weigh this amount. That's pretty crazy.
So yes, that's a motorcycle battery, but this is what I had used for probably 10 years in my Civic previously. Yeah. And this is also a power sports, motorcycle battery. It's a Odyssey PC 680. I've had 2 of these for many, many years. I've run them in daily drivers. I've had them in cars that sat over years. These work really well. These are really great batteries. They have super, super high concentration of pure lead, which gives them tons of power for their size. So the point is, I've run motorcycle power sports batteries in my cars now for many, many years without problems. The question is, will this little lithium guy have the same power and longevity as this guy?
Wow. And this guy has got...
I mean, that's got to be 10 times the weight.
That's got some heft to it.
And that's even small. I mean, that's still way smaller than the factory Honda battery.
That's heavier than I had anticipated, but that's that.
It's pure lead. I mean, this is like
that good lead.
Good stuff, yeah.
All right, so we got the end links, the shortened strut brace.
Yep.
And then
the battery.
Mm-hmm. And then we can potentially take this thing for a rip this evening.
Yeah.
Which would be nice. So we're going to get to work. We're going to start fitting that stuff up and take you along for the ride. Okay, so we got the car up on the lift, checking out these here end links. Sam's got the bolts that he ordered, which were the, what was it, M10?
M10 by 1.25.
By 1.25.
That's what fits in the skunk tube control arms.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we had to work through here. And these are 1320 racing.
So hopefully they still work okay because I'm not going to be drag racing this car.
Oh, wow. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drop this thing down. We've got some ramps here so that we can still get under it and take a look-see. Hey-oh, wow, I'm surprised at how much room there is. So just for reference too, there is a clearance issue way up top. I don't know if you can point. I can't do this and point at that.
Where?
But the collar on that,
Oh yeah, right.
on the strut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up here.
So that sway bar, if it gets to that point, it contacts there.
Right, but it'll never get to that point when it's tied in like that. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I could maybe even move the link back to the stiffest setting. But I think this is good. I'll leave it here for now.
This collar right here on the bottom of the strut comes in contact with this, but we just found out when it's all loaded up, we got plenty of room.
Yeah.
So no issues there, which is great.
Yeah, I guess, when you think about the geometry of these two pieces pivoting here, right? This moves up a lot more than this does because this is closer to the pivot point.
Yep.
So this actually gets farther away in a way than this. This is never going to catch up.
Yeah.
Because this is going to end up moving less than this.
Yeah.
Because that's further out from the fulcrum.
That's cool. I mean, this looks like it came this way.
I like this.
Which I think is really cool. It's like gets rid of those nasty L brackets. And just as for reference, you want to just give a little mock-up there?
Yeah, so what they wanted you to do basically was bolt this, sandwich it in the underneath the head of this bolt, bolt it right there, and then put an end link to here, from here to here. Which, or maybe they wanted it like this.
I'm guessing.
I guess like that because this would locate it on the edge of the shock so it wouldn't twist.
Yeah.
So, and there's some adjustability there. I mean, it would work. I don't want to trash their setup because they're doing it for people that are just, that want a bolt-on kit and they just want to buy one kit and have everything to put it on and make it work. So I don't want to trash it, but I don't know. To me, this makes way more sense.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that looks like it was designed that way.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Cool.
So.
And those links, man, $40.
Yeah, that's a steal.
Goodness gracious.
I couldn't find, and you looked too, and you're the king of internet research.
I looked, and I was like, once you sent me that thing, I was like, I'm not finding anything that can touch this. I thought for sure McMaster-Carr or Granger would have us with something cheap.
Yeah, individual parts like what I did at the hardware store.
And I tried piecing them together on all of them. No.
Nothing.
I mean, this is a phenomenal value for what you get.
Yeah, I like it. I think this will be nice. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's cool. Looks awesome. Love it.
I can't wait to see how it feels.
Moment of truth. We're going to see if this is the right length.
Oh, that's a tight fit. There we go.
Guten tight.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. And there is a modified Megan Racing rear strut bar brace in a Wagon van.
Heck yeah.
So everything works except the length. Story of my life.
Yeah. Beat me to it. Now we get to test if this sweet little battery works.
There we go. It's
we
got all
these
blocks.
Oh. There you go. So this is the battery, but then it comes with all these spacers so that you can make it the same height as one of the other battery that was in there, so you can properly tie it down, which is pretty neat because the thing's so small. We also pulled off top posts that bolt onto the other Odyssey battery that we had. Luckily, those are
The same thread pitch and everything.
Yeah, the same thread pitch for that. I'm going to change this. This isn't going to be permanent because it doesn't really quite fit right. We tried modifying this a little bit to get it in a better spot.
Yeah, this was like a temporary setup just so we could try it out, see if it cranks up. But, you know, the idea is there.
Right.
We're going to put some nicer terminals on there or change out the car side of things.
Let's see if she starts. Oh ho ho! I got lights. Sweet. That's awesome.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
All right. We
Well,
are calling that a success.
We did it.
Yeah. Rear sway bar, check. Rear strut brace,
Check.
check. Battery, lithium ion, child's toy battery.
Yeah.
Uh,
RC car battery.
yeah, it works
Yeah, it's awesome.
for now.
Yeah, we'll see, but it started the car no problem.
Yeah,
Didn't really have any electrical issues. My fog lights weren't working, but I highly doubt that has anything to do with the battery.
yeah. That positive terminal needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
That thing's got situation, but we already know about that. And the setup on there was temporary, so
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's
Just
not
a test.
that's a minor, very minor thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, awesome. Drove the thing first time in 6 years.
Yes.
Right here.
Thank you for your help.
That's so
as
cool.
usual.
I did basically nothing, but you know, I was here for it.
It was awesome. Yeah, I'm extremely happy. I would just want to drive it all the time now.
I mean, my takeaway is that it's been very refreshing doing these few things.
Yeah.
Just because we hit such mild hurdles.
Everything fit.
Yeah. I mean, just incredible. And like the good type of working on cars.
Yeah. Satisfying for sure. Stay tuned for more footage of this doing stuff.
Yeah.
Even if it's just driving, but
we're gonna get some stuff in the car and, you know, I don't know, try to get it out somewhere where we can maybe shake it down a little bit.
yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching another Friday update, and we'll be back. Busy beaver? Busy bee? Is that some people say? I don't know.
Busy beaver.
I said beaver or bee, but bees are both. I think arguably a bee is a lot busier than a beaver.
What about a woodchuck?
They're busy. I don't know. I feel like they set up shop and then they're done.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like they work hard for like a finite amount of time. Anyway.
Beagles?
What?
Are beagles busy?
Beagles?
Yeah.
Aren't they really lazy?
I
I'm
don't
thinking
know,
of
I've
a
never had-
basset hound.
Basset hounds. Yeah.
They're lazy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basset hounds. Lazy.
Lazy.
Unforgivable.
Every single
Oh
vehicle
my god.
mass manufactured since the mid 80s has been made with metric parts.
Yeah,
metric hardware. It's drives me nuts.
It's criminal.
Somehow aftermarket manufacturers still find it acceptable to provide you with new parts that have standard hardware for a vehicle that is 100% metric. Drives me insane.